I'm excited for this to come out, Nick. It's coming out next week on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Where can people watch this? Can they pre-order it anywhere?
Yes, you can pre-order it right now. CapitalPunishmentTheMovie.com. You can place your order now and then download it. It'll become available for download Thanksgiving Day, and the trailer's there on the website, so you can get a flavor of the film. And I encourage everybody to buy the film. You'll like the film, but this is a new way of delivering movies to the audience as well. We couldn't go through the traditional gatekeepers and get on a streaming service because they hate us. So we have to build our own thing and deliver it directly to the audience. And if we can make this successful, it would then become a model for future films that are like this, that the mainstream media won't touch with a 10-foot pole. I'll be surprised if anybody even acknowledges that it exists in the left media. That's usually their strategy with films that are powerful. They just pretend they aren't there and they don't say anything about them.
Exactly. I'm going to play this trailer for you guys so you can see just a flavor of this great documentary.
This is treason.
Where's Officer, I can't breathe. I can't even. And hey, man.
"41 months that guy got.
Well, yeah. Yep. He was just
crazy.
41 months in prison. Yeah.
I'm Nick Searcy. On January 6, 2021, I went to Washington, D.C., along with multitudes of other Americans because we believed that the election was stolen. I saw with my own eyes what happened that day. And what they show you on the media doesn't tell half the story.
Here's the Capitol, and here's people going in there.
They didn't show what I was standing
all
on.
Of this out here.
Did I tell you I have claustrophobia?
I saw people of all colors, races, creeds, Asian Americans for Trump, blacks for Trump. I even saw a guy wearing a shirt that said "Fags for Trump." And since I'm from California, I knew that guy.
We're from Iowa.
Nashville, Tennessee.
And I'm here standing with my fellow patriots. We all standing for America.
Despite what the media tells you, boots on ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots.
These are damn working people. They want their country back.
We're marching for the Constitution. We're not. It ain't really about Trump. It's about us now. They're attacking us, and we're tired of it.
We had a foreign attack, and they had domestic support. This is about individual liberty. We don't believe the media. We don't believe you. We don't believe we have no faith in our institutions.
The FBI is now being sent out by Joe Biden to punish people.
We're at war. They're hunting down Trump supporters like dogs. You say that again. We're at war.
147 days since my wife was murdered, executed.
The FBI, you have a federal search warrant for the property. Come out with your
I step out, I have red dots all over my chest.
They broke the door down. Hands up, put your hands on the wall, hands up.
I was in jail for 4 straight days. I kept banging on the door saying, I have never had a phone call.
The 6th was all deception.
The level of sophistication and tactic is immense.
Oh, I recognize you from Portland. I've seen people from Portland here. Antifa.
I was paid to pretend to protest.
We need to come together as Americans again and remember why we started this country.
An insurrection without arms? What are they talking about? And why are they lying?
Wow, Nick, I got chills I got chills when you did the wide shot of
Oh,
everybody.
yeah. Well, the first time I saw that, I did too. I mean, when we found that, we bought that footage from somebody that was there and shot it, and that's the first time I've ever seen that. And that was never shown on the media. The size of that crowd has never been shown, and I agree. It's shocking.
Yeah, that must have been from the perspective of like on top of the scaffolding, because it showed that little construction office like that I was on top of there too, because I saw like I was like, oh, you have a shot in there that is like just like one of the shots that I got.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, that person is standing on top of the scaffolding where they did that huge flag drop, and then people are singing the Star Spangled Banner. And I remember like next to me there was so the guy that worked inside of that little construction office, like he was there, and it was open, and like people were going inside the office charging their phones, getting hot cocoa, getting like heating pads for their hands because it was so cold that day. And it was interesting because the construction guy, like, he didn't seemed panicked. He was just sort of like humored by everyone being there. He wasn't like a guy that was like for the state or whatever. He's just a guy, just a construction worker. And he was like, when we were watching them drop the flag, he's like, if the wind kicks in at a certain, angle, that whole scaffolding could collapse. And we were like, oh my God, like, thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah.
He was explaining to us that they were, that the inauguration was going to be like a private event. It was only going to be like a limited number of seats for people that were going to come. So it was interesting getting that point of view from a guy who was like working on the premises.
Yeah.
Also a really just cool guy, and like, handing out hot chocolate and hot pads. And there must have been like 20 people in that little construction office just charging their phones and like warming up. And
that the camaraderie of the day, is part of the story that they just leave out. I mean, it really a nice crowd.
The nicest people, Nick. And I'm doing like, man on the street footage and interviewing people, and everybody who came up to me to talk, like, I'm not with anybody. Like, who knows if I have a small channel, and they're like, no, I want to talk to you. I have family from Venezuela or Cuba. We see the signs of communism sinking in. We did not come here to America to live in the same shit that we left.
Right.
And those are the people who were the most concerned and passionate. The people who had lived through it before.
I want to do something, everybody's always asking me, what do you want to do next? I said, I want to do a series called Coming to America about people just like that, because they appreciate this country, because they know what oppression really is. And they come here and they go, I don't know what everybody's bitching about.
Yeah. And they're some of the most passionate people at the 6th were like Chinese people speaking out about the CCP, like very passionate, and like, a lot of them like couldn't speak like the best English, which I know can make somebody anxious or, nervous about, public speaking, but they were so passionate. They had to get their message out, handing out pamphlets.
There's a lady in the movie who's kind of broken English. She says, Chinese people are good. Chinese government is bad.
Yeah. CCP bad.